The fervor of life and the remoteness of death. The fervor of life and the remoteness of death has never been more apparent this 2025 as our protagonist has come to discover mail-order testosterone pills. Other significant updates include the loss of a Pokemon Go account with 200 million experience and the death of a 5-year-old Redmi phone. These things that happen in a person's life dissolves in the backdrop of 2025's crown jewel, the 2025 World Expo with Osaka taking the reins. Someone cooked something up in the 80s with this thing happening only after 5 years. Arlo LP, at the ripe age of 33, stands at the precipice of global war. Just how volatile an English speaker can be with what's going on in Gaza, Ukraine, and Cambodia is dependent on every decision of each day that passes. But at the soils of the Philippines makes one question the distance from the core of the reason vis-a-vis the reason for the end of the war. Losing your mind is an unintentional overdose away. But reaching out to a friend bears a huge hit on an online account if it isn't permanent. There's a huge IQ gap in watching a Family Guy episode from a movie like Flight Plan or Wall Street. There's been a relentless barrage of people posting job applications on Discord, and the connection to the Singapore people approving the money transfers grows to nothing eventually the longer I think about it when outdoors. How would you confirm it? They're rarely online on the English Learning Channel and the Talon Tales main chat. Babysitting all these girls on solo balls makes me want to switch to the Red Room, but going into a teen gay channel will drive me into a fetal position. So the girls are lost and virgins. When asked if he was on to something important, well, he finally sees the beauty of changing the POV to the third person. The high is so much greater. This he or she could be anyone in a boy's mind. Other important things. I've been hearing chaos a lot, and honestly, I'm having the best time of my fucking life every time the game masters think I won't fucking farm chaotically again. There's this guy from the States who's here. He came from an isolated place in a Midwestern state. Traveled here to see Argo, married a Muslim woman, and he's been kicking and hiring Filipinos like it's rounds of chikicha. It's gotten so elaborate, they've booked the waterfront Cebu. I barely got sick this year. Back in 2023, I would get a fever after every hookup. The bigger, more muscled body has helped my overall immune system. I've learned how to fall in love with my neighbor. How? By the teachings of Ty BL. KFC Twister. With Ty BL, foreign gay happenings just came to me later on, meeting a guy's parents and making love in your family home even with the parent in the house. He's made love to 100 men already. That number is enough to retire now. Even for him, that number was more than enough. The number can tell you a lot of things with every time you relog in Grindr. No one is hitting you up. The last time, this guy shouts out your name without you fucking saying it to him. That is a stop sign for sure. It is time to grow up. Men in vulcanizing shops, men as jeepney drivers, men as college deans. It is time to redirect your energy and especially your resources to another, more honorable field. He might think, oh, kissing boys is the most honorable. It's not. Die while leaving behind a bunch of Pokemon cards is far more honorable, especially with a book that got referenced a lot in popular media. Like your cheese was figure speech choice. Now, recently Fadzri ABD Rashid, a rising comedian in Malaysian TikTok, has recognized an ancient gardenia ad in his upload. Who wouldn't want him singing out, I love you so much out of the blue? 100 men is a message to say, hope you would not think I never received love when character is lonely, alone, friendless, and depressed. They keep putting the spotlight on these characters. They're looking for an explosive ending, a death or marriage. They've been playing simple plays on me. On the Pokemon Rage Discord, they've assigned, quote-unquote, 19-year-olds to say, would you like a video of me wanking? How many times does he have to repeat he's not a pedophile? He doesn't wake up to chase high schoolers in their classrooms. He'd much rather chase after young professionals. Another great play that lost me a major digital asset was a Dynamax raid requirement. Defeating a Sableye requires at least 2 accounts. A new policy led to half an apocalypse. Imagine stocking enough loots to get a doppelganger card by choice. 5,000 worn-out prison uniforms is 5 Talon coins. 20,000 means 20 Talon coins. 50,000 uniforms is 1 whole KO horn. The boss card in Ragnarok Mobile is stacking up. Were you looking for this? A Time Holder Star card. I don't know what I would do if I lose this Pokédex splicing pastime. Other people leave a Rolex or gold bars. It's different, they say. McDonald's, Allah King. The people have only really viewed the channel for the fucking songs. This would mean thyroid health has to be the top priority. Lea Salonga, the country's national treasure. Not even her trans daughter could dent her blaze. It is true what that movie said. Hormones will change you. Now, also thanks to Pharmakis, I enjoy slapping my thighs in front of Nico. You're 33, so you've got about half a century to play your online games. Dear God, won't you recognize this book? If you mention these metaphors, I would be a happy person. Crochet, feathers, Katanglad, a printer that prints only blue, penis enlargement creams, L-arginine, iambit meaning check, cassava plants. No more buying of shirts. Han, Kong, J.R. Rikicho, Langsat, Pesto, Fuseli, Shell Macaroni, Salback, Nico. Do you think we'll grow old faster this way? I don't know. Maybe. You still have to do absolutely nothing but lie down the whole day. Do you think this kiss is different? What about this one? Fire has always been the essence of life. Since the beginning of time, being with fire is being with your partner in life. Water is the opposite. It only seeks to destroy. For years, water destroyed civilizations, crumbled the smartest minds, and toppled economies. Even worse is Earth. Earth is the rot of the world. Space is the next adaptability frontier. Metals should trump fire always. Men were meant to be made of metal. When he was a young goose in the southern islands, he discovered a new element, the anti-cosmo, encased in the magic of shadow. The AC comes to those who were molded by it. There is no fair way to get a quarter-pounder. If it took 3 Japanese people, it would be a strange and stranger world. Do you think Azumi Izumizawa is still alive? What about Kaz? Do you think I'll get to see Daisuke's face again? What about that guy who created a question for you? Both of you laughing when you asked if that was a question. Was that a question? Tinola with green papayas. A banaba tree's flower falls at a height of at least 0.3 inches. That means, on average, you should at least fall. It's August 7, 2025. After a debilitating chemical imbalance, he had some dreams that are vivid enough to be remembered. Leaves. 10 billion leaves rolling down a cascade of low hills. Elon Musk was found guilty of using face swapping, an extremely low move targeted towards children. Leaf tsunamis. I was walking in a subdivision with narrow streets and a dramatic cool filter. I was alone watching the leaf storms. In another dream, I was bullying Nicolette. I happen to have the lowest budget in the city. It's easy because you're Nicolette. Then she brings out a butcher's knife, and I grab a walk in time to shield Nicolette's instant slash, but she apparently wounded my index finger. Woke up by my hand, recoiling. One major change is Kuya Chuchu. He died. If you look at the first few books, I keep bringing him up. Now he's dead. All that talk about waking up in my house on a San Francisco day is in the river now, who stands to benefit from the crime. It's a terrible checkmate because it's always going to be the city. The city's utmost homegrown rural bank should get the money. Since valproic acid is acid, I'm going to see whether I can remove these two completely, again, and be able to utilize my full energy for farming, selling fakes to gangsters, fake fluency, fake art, fake collectibles, fake high-value photographs. I have a problem with these appraisers. Murder at the Orient Express brought up lessons I don't think about much. You find a cogwheel that doesn't do its job well, you kill it or you hire it. This should explain why people want to move to Samboanga. They'll have the higher up when somehow I find myself exiled there. He was in antiques, but he didn't have the mind for it or the languages. Well, here you are. You're communicating with a local. Yay you. But I had that moment long before you. So, sucks for you. Barbecue chicken. He ate more steak than anyone I know. You should have smelled the bomb this guy left in the airport. People ran away from him. They screamed, leaving his line of sight. Holy shit. His feces covered the entire airport. When they want to be memorable, they really meant it. There's never been this much grace for playing with thoughts in my head. But the denial from the locals when I repeat a thought has never been more unfiltered. When I was young, I probably did this unconsciously, but the thought of my thoughts flying across my skull was something I thought only crazy people would believe. I never once thought it was something not so crazy, this blockage of living in a magical world. It was reinforced by the idea that when you admit a patient for thinking these things, it's a win for you. I heard the term sarang plaka too often. So here's to hoping my soul neighbor won't leave me. My fetish only goes so far as I love watching people fuck you on Twitter. Not as far as I would love for you to fuck my dog. Lines like I get turned on when you come running back to me after 1,000 guys. I love watching you get fucked in front of me. It is anonym bump in your as you try your best not to show you enjoy, to prove you're somehow loyal, that you're the beacon of morality, goodness, and ideal relationships. I love that you said okay to me, inviting him again. Watching you enjoy it more the second time. Cry about why I lied that he's not coming back, and watch you enjoy the next guy more than him. As each lie gets reinforced, even when you conjure up a tear somehow. I love watching you do the circle jerk, going from one P, then the next P, then the next P, as you map out every shape and nook of each guy, how you choose each one as your whim guides you, as you uphold the sanctity of the marriage contract we signed in front of God and our family. I get hurt when you study Spanish or even Hiligaynon. Now you're going to open up a tab on Chavacano. You're going to book a bus ride to that place. Just now, a mosquito gets killed by your mosquito killer. I would love to watch your name transition to Hire Me on Grindr. Your life decisions leaving you to the lowest par work. Technically, there is no American Muse now. It's a drastic change from book one. There is no hard-to-explain guy at the other end of wired money. Pork barbecue. Every time you poop, he opens his mouth. When you pee, he grabs a glass. He shouts in the middle of the night, screaming, "Is it tight?" He mocks you when you have a pimple. He gives you a Queen J last name when you're thinking of going over there for some completely unexplainable reason. He says Alongo. He says American. He says Negro. He says grade 5. He says grade 2. He says a guy who people made an extra effort to make something clearer, bigger, easier. There's a different kind of sweet to that guy and inside the world's toughest prisons who said what he fears the most is the fear of retribution. Yesterday, I went to the city. It was August 9th, 2025. I don't know why I did it. Maybe it's because it's the month of Fiesta, but this is the first year that I felt compelled to show my face in there just because it's the Fiesta month. And let me tell you, it felt absolutely fucking glorious. I was pilled up. I was ready. My body, all the installations of a spring chicken. After weeks of BCAA and lean protein, diaspartic, Cremoles, loperamide, and Medicol, I did it. I fucking did it. Just thinking about it gives me an erection. Walking the city. I remember back in 2015, in the middle of my fully booked day in Sankey, I didn't think I would be able to fulfill my dream of walking proudly in the streets without social anxiety. I ate every guapo I could find. A big missing piece from my teenage years. Saliva vampirism as a guiding thought when walking the streets. Just now, some guy in a Mobile Legends Philippines group said, "Can you do the book with the POV of a Valorant player?" I gotta say, it made me relapse back in Pokemon Go. After a round, some guy in Talon Tales said he peed a little in his pants. It's the glimpse of the meta team. I learned some additional non-mundane things I can do in this new accounting sheet. If I shout out a Bisaya word, I get instant reactions. It's not like I was relocated. For instance, if I shout LOT, someone gets jolted, electrocuted. Just now that I renewed my hack fund with just an inexpensive notebook and a pen, Nico tells me to move out. I could go days just writing just about anything, and it wouldn't matter what, because the grammar would be the same. It's fun to watch. But I had no idea just how anti-foreigner the Limketkai Mall was. It's not Ayala, it's not SM. Every attendant was screaming in Bisaya, shouting, bellowing. It's nothing short of a traumatic stroll. For someone who makes a living out of English words, it's made itself a global representing icon. Chicken steamed dumplings. There's a lot to think about the newfound angle on the neighbor. Just recently, I was blasted once again with this voice from the 1950s. I won't ever let my wife out of the house. Getting dolled up? Where are you going? I chain you up, baby. Since there's a video, I never forget it. I can't get out of my head. These kids saying dad. which leads to my thought, you're my kid, which just goes into the green smoke of I'm fucking my kid, which is the ultimate fantasy. It's what every Marvel movie stands for. But replaying those videos, this guy's face telling to my face, kiss me. Kiss me again, please. Looking at those pure white legs and perineum, it's peak. But huge props to this chub guy, though. I mean, that moment of coming is just a huge congratulations to how he's been humbled. Also now, every Caucasian guy I see on the tele, it's fucking Paul's face. The way he was into me, though, I could fall asleep on it forever. He liked the body. Thought I was some kind of jungle cat. There's this new high, too, when the guy suddenly tears up while kissing goodbye. What a rush. He massaged me until 4 days from the meet day. It was like he was beckoning me. It's time to move out. A new world of sex awaits. The cycle of life. Let the parentals die from separation, unfamiliarity. But it's not that I don't want my parents dead. It's that I can still endure them alive because we got a lot of time ahead of us to like me for another more obscure reason more. Like a complex movie review blog, or a Pokemon card collection, a Boss card collection ROM, or a huge doppelganger card collection, or even a fashion collection, a sketch collection on YouTube. Now that I've become a little less unpalatable to the public, I've equipped a newfound confidence armor. It's made me relate to movie concepts more. Like in a fuckboy movie, the concept of dating. Dating, getting to know each other, knowing who are the main culprits to the wide gap of brain structure among locals. Hawaiian thin crust pizza. I can't even see myself calling someone and say, would you like to eat across me in a public place, as I ask you questions about what you love, hate, fear, and what your goals are. I've thought about a survivalist theme for this book. After watching films like Nowhere, The 100, Red Sparrow, Hold Your Breath, Cargo, Kingdom, and The Beach, a survivalist book would read so good. This is how I imagine the last thoughts of authors who have the option to not be survivalists are. I have to say, this is quite a low for you, writing about something you can't relate to on both sides. You can't write a survivalist book, and you have the option to not be a survivalist. I wouldn't say it was easy. I now have a mosquito killer, laptop, good contact lenses, vitamins. I wouldn't have the extra cash a couple months before now. My legs were always shaking. My main YouTube got deleted, so I had to find a way to rack up subscribers again. Just today, August 10th, 2025, I got advertisements back in my playlists. There are rumors of my fourth eye. Maybe it will happen for me. A tear forms my eye. I hope it happens for me. I need something to live for beyond what is, a change that transforms me completely. It sounds ridiculous in paper that this Hilleganan teacher is going to bless me, or a Spanish guy stays in my life to talk to me. They say love is measured by the time it took to make something. If this pen lengthens my love, this must be the wand in Harry Potter. The wand chooses you. That's what the wand sellers do. Arrange this so fast before you come in. EJ sang this out so loud. I just work faster typing on a Mac laptop. I waste less time. Those British people far from broadband internet. Trouble finds you more in certain places. Something I didn't witness too much of as a child. Seeing these Americans burn, destroy, mark history. Somehow reading the line, all my life Nico had protected me. Choose him as a scholar. Take me as your prisoner princess. Warrants a faster teardrop after going on a buying spree downtown. There's always that spicy employee. It's okay. You don't have to put on the counter said in a sassy way. With his burgeoning back, biceps, and chest. Nothing says don't farm your Pokemon here like billows of smoke and extremely loud shouting. Bolognese pasta. This must be a thing they get off from. I've scoured the state scraping money. You can't pay for your fare home? With tears, can you spend for me just a little? Just a little off from you. That's all I'm asking. Please. After Singapore, world leaders come in an island with Singapore's underground water plant in mind. The eye of Mindanao's god watches over the city. Every living human on the street tracked. Blood pressure, heart rate, temperature, creatinine levels, and blood density. I didn't know just how literal this "someone is always watching you" was as a child. Every worn-out prison uniform I farm is a little more visibility from foreign countries. Every Spanish word learned. Another laugh I incur from Spain and even the whole of South America. I open the Spotify profile of a cute guy from my youth. It's just about the only other way to have a fresh addition to your YT playlists. A new take, a fresh flavor. The brand is teeming. Listening to the lyrics on rare songs, just how far he was in foresight when I knew a lot less. How we could have kissed right then and there. You don't see these people in the streets anymore, in the mall. The chat system in the city is now with a background layer of your past hookups. Starting with our Zumba instructor. There's a different kind of fulfillment walking around the city, not harboring a strep bacteria in my intestine. The effect these gentle creatures have on my organ tubes, clogging them, squeezing them, inhibiting them. It's not a one fix for all. Each guy leaves a new infection to a unique organ. The thyroid, the kidneys, the liver, the lungs, the lips, the face. Since there's been a resounding message to stop, it's time to take a leaf out the priest's vow of celibacy book. You are gay after all, and you're a priest in Ragnarok Mobile. I'm still recovering from not having that red N logo on my TV. There's no fix to it except buying a new TV for the router to be synced with new, more compatible TV. Shows like Wednesday 2, One Piece 2 can't be viewed by me anymore. What's worse, Marvel and Disney Princess shows lag on Disney. It takes digging to find a really good one in the blue. There's a lot you can save when you just remove vanity and narcissism out your life. Who cares about your physical appearance? If you really want to have your sheep back to when you were a grade schooler, remove the vitamins, drink tap water again. The Aegis Shield, the Artemis Bow, the electric guitar, the Evangelist, the Mjolnir, the Nibelungen, the Sherwood Bow, the Staff of Magi, the Suiken, Twin Fong, Fenrir's Boots, Seer's Cloak of Feathers, the Tatsu Zenshi, Vesper Optics, Brisingamen, the Keho, Megingjard, Sleipnir, and the Valkyrie's Helm. These are the god equips. If you buy Talon coins from them, they get Zenny. The Zenny they use to buy the SQI ingredients. Many things have changed since Mr. Ong decided to have a bodega beside 2 residential houses. My table's been moved from facing the outdoors to facing Nico. But since taking protein pills, I've gotten control of my face back. My muscles form in the face shape I want it to. It used to automatically go in a smile or move around and find a comfort countenance. But my acting has improved a lot, especially now that I've literally witnessed it play out in 26 million minutes. Asian and Western settings. These gays, they've been hiding these happy endings. Aisha skipped out on my Bisai lesson. Maybe she's trying to live in Ilo, far away from the parents. Now that I think of it, I do remember now how they would snarl at the parentals. It is a logical goal, though. It's rarer for the husband to adjust to the wife. There are so many Hilleganan words yet to be learned. Drug pushing on Netflix. Ketamine, liquid ecstasy, opium, cocaine, Ozempic. The statistics tell us there's going to be a lot of times when we'll get the wrong dose and even find ourselves doing an overdose. Happily, Paul is brown. So the Caucasian features don't get to serve almost everyone. It takes cosmopolitans to really eat this whole. This book, or even proof of work, could have been a lot more solid had I picked up a pen and a notebook earlier. Every song you post on YouTube, your subscriber count increases. It's only wise to focus on this memento, a bunch of songs. If you invest solely on voice maintenance, you'll have 100 subscribers in no time, with videos that go up to 1,000, unlike TikTok. This book has taken me back to the man, the wife, and the donkey. A boy and a girl argue on how to use a donkey and adjust with the village's critics, ultimately not caring on advice and rides their own way. So, gay guys ride a couple? Other arrangements, a family and a guest, a family in a storm, a family in society, a family and new technology, a family versus another family, a person battling himself, a family versus an author. Writing this right now, I'm doing it in the lowest temperature I've ever felt in a long time, all thanks to these kidney pills I ordered in Lazada. I would die if he says it's not polite when I'd ask what you did last night, and then you'd follow it up with you have no right. I'm stuck with saying, cross my heart and hope to die. There are no Filipinos in Disney+. The only time was in a Singapore horror movie called Bring Back the Dead, to populate a small island with a new set of people. It's something a hungry person would just throw out. Coming in an island with only one eye becomes 3 when you see a companion, with a 4th peeking out. The lie is still cooking in the city. I'm not HIV positive. I'm telling you, I'm not. You would be a fool to think I'm HIV positive. Are you kidding me? Have you tasted these? Other lies cooking? I never received his message. It's a lie. You simply just forgot you received the message. Seeing face profiles on Grindr, that's him. That's him himself. This lie that you're satisfied. It's nice to carry out throughout your whole fucking life. Getting older means less and less experiences. Time moves faster because you've let go of this thinking that you need to experience something, achieve something, or look a certain way. I hope I get a smoky card. Yeah, they can use the hide skill. Disappears right in front of you. Drops a kitty band, too. I dreamed something weird again. I dreamed I was in the house of that girl from The Perfect Wife. I was interviewing her. I asked if there were any wolves in the area. She said yeah. And then she bid me good night and went in her bolted door, fully expecting me to sleep in her living room. My supposed protege unlocked the door and bolted off, although in my head, that guy was supposed to be me because I wanted to get out of the dim house. So she woke up and started chasing the guy, and I told her never mind. I'll just meet him at home. Good things to repeat again and again in your head. Other than, I know I was up to something, is I'm one day closer to my dad's death and my reunion with my kid. Another mantra is there's money coming the 15th, the 25th, and the 30th. Richer and richer in Talon Tales. Higher and higher YouTube subscribers. More and more Pokemon with a very, very high CP. More and more boss cards in ROM. More and more Australian-reviewed ebooks. It's finally happened. Today, August 12th, 2025, Tuesday, Niantic has decided to terminate my account, and I will make it my life's mission to see to it every staff in the company pays for all the money, time, and friendships they wasted in my life. This is what I said. I will laugh every time your demise is closer and closer. Pokemon Go. There's a girl in Nico's upper floor. I think I already saw her. One of those Mulan types. She always does that thing, the shout and dance studios when a dancer does a solo. A good book is made of a good plot. In which case, this book's plot is that of time loops and the banality of Mindanao authors when mixed in the library of the authors of the world.